All right, Bagmanians, last page. You've got problems 15 and 16 on this. So again, you might get a function table like this, right? And you just got to fill it in. It's pretty straightforward and easy. They just make it look weird because they give you a bunch of them, right? So a large pot holds 8 quarts of spaghetti sauce. Yummy. Lisa has 1 pint containers of spaghetti sauce. Complete the table to help you find the number of 1 pint containers of spaghetti sauce Lisa needs to fill the pot. One thing that you could do is put a 1 here, and then 1 quart is how many pints. Well, I would look at my capacity, and I'm going quarts to pints, so I go to quart to pints, it's 2. Okay, 1 quart is 2 pints. So I'm gonna write times 2 equals 2. So I can put a times 2 here on all of these, right? And fill that out. All right, or you just know that it's times 2 by looking at the chart. Okay, and then you just fill in whatever number goes here, goes right there. Pretty easy. Emily bought 48 yards of fabric to make curtains. How many inches of fabric did Emily buy? You can do this in one large step. How many inches are in a yard? It's on the chart, right? Or you can do it in 2 steps. So you could do 48 and then turn those into feet, right? So if feet are smaller, I need more, I will multiply. How many feet are in a yard? 3, right? So I'll multiply that by 3, get this answer, right? And then I multiply by how many inches are in a foot. Okay, so multiply this out, this would be 24. Okay, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is my 14. Okay, then I would multiply that number by 12, all right? Or you could take your 48 and times it by 36, because multiplying by 3 and multiplying by 12 is the same thing. Okay, and then you're gonna get your number of inches. It's gonna be a lot, okay? All right, I'll turn it over to the back side. Okay, last page. Maria spent 15 days traveling in South America. How many hours did she spend traveling in South America? Well, hours are obviously smaller than days. I will need more to have the same amount of time. Okay, so I'm gonna end up multiplying by what? How many hours in a day? 24, right? So I got my 15 days, so it's gonna be 15 times 24. All right, concrete truck loaded with concrete weighs 30 tons. About how many pounds? Well, remember, this is 2,000 pounds in a ton times 30. Okay, and what can I do? 3 times 2, and then add up the number of zeros and tag those on the end. Easy. Plumber has a piece of pipe that is 2 meters long. He needs to cut it into sections that are 10 centimeters long. How many sections will he be able to cut? Show your work and explain how you found your answer. So it's not just centimeters, right? It's 10 centimeter length, which are, of course, decimeters. So you can 2-step this. So 2 ways you can do it. I'm gonna write 2 and put a decimal there. And I'm gonna go from my meters to my centimeters, which is 2 jumps, right? 1, 2 to the right if you look at your chart. Place my decimal, put my zeros in there. So this equals 200 centimeters, right? And then I would have to divide that by 10 to get it, or I can convert this into decimeters. I'm gonna get it the same way, okay? So take this and divide it by 10, 200 divided by 10, and do that, cut the zeros off. Pretty simple, right? I'm just bouncing a decimal, okay? If you see 10 centimeters, 10 millimeters or whatever, it's just one thing over. I don't know why they do that. Why doesn't he say 1 decimeter? Who knows? All right, and the last part, we're just comparing. I would, if I were you, take the the heavier one and multiply it to get the smaller one rather than doing division. So 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So I just take 1 times 2,000 equals 2,000, and so they're equal. So remember, the Pac-Man eats the bigger one. That's not true. That's going to be false. So here pounds, I would multiply that by 16. Here I've got pounds, multiply it by 16. Here I've got ounces and pounds. Remember, multiply it by 16, and then you add the remainder to get back to this one. All right? That's it. If you've got questions, let me know.